I'd like to greet you all wholeheartedly and with affection.
Türkiye İhracatçılar Meclisimizin 29. Genel Kurulu'nun ekonomimiz
I wish 29th Ordinary General Assembly of the Turkish Exporters Assembly be auspicious for our economy and also our exporters. I also would like to congratulate our businessmen and the companies which will be receiving the Champions Award from my heart. And I also wish great success to all the companies who have been awarded the championships in the upcoming period. Thanks to God, we are growing our exports with breaking records, and last year we have reached to the level of more than $225 billion. And we are also at the moment reaching to a level of $243 billion for the last 12 months. So thereby we have increased the share of the Republic of Turkey from the global trade to the level of 1.5%, and hopefully we will grow this figure even more. Today, the Republic of Turkey is raising its flag all around the world by making trade to more than 225 regions. And our export is not growing only quantitatively but also qualitatively, and these figures are showing us that we are getting closer step by step to our target of exporting high quality products. Approximately the 0.5% of the economic growth comes from exports for this year, and this shows us that we are growing our country on the basis of exports, employment, investment, and current account surplus. So we are marching towards this goal with the concrete and confident steps. Starting with the health crisis and evolving into a security crisis due to the war starting in the northern part of Black Sea region. Achieving all those success stories are indeed sources of pride for all of us. That's why I would like to congratulate every one of you separately. Of course, in order to carry this success even further, there are many responsibilities incumbent upon all of us. For example, the automotive companies hopefully will carry this success story even further with the new brands and the new vehicles that they will be constructing, and we will give them any support that they need. So the story of our the national car, the story of TOG, is the clear example of this support that we have extended to our automotive companies, and we will be standing with the ones who would like to grow even further. So, as the ancestors say, we are trying to help our companies, so without taking into consideration their personalities, we are giving them best support whatsoever possible. Our only aim is to grow the export and the economy of our country. The ones who are claiming otherwise either do not know us or they have different agendas and aims. Together with our presidency and our institutions, we will be standing with the ones who are planting the seeds of exports, and we will be their supporters. As long as you present your plans and your aims sincerely, the rest of the problems will be tackled altogether. Valuable friends, 100,000 of our exporters who are working all around the world are also deemed as the voluntary ambassadors of us. And the greatest responsibility are incumbent on our exporters in order to make use of the opportunities presented in front of us. So with your endeavor and with your courage, we are standing much more firmly at the face of global challenges. And of course, exporters have a huge role in terms of improving the courage of our youngsters. If God is willing, hopefully we will turn the Turkish economy to be one of the top 10 greatest economies. Only after then we will be entering into a greater phase in terms of building the great Turkey. Do not forget, the ones without a dream will not have any targets. That's why, as we have announced the 2023 targets, there were the ones who try to despise our targets, and one of our target was to reach to export a volume of $500 billion. Despite all those challenges and all those threats and all those obstacles, and despite all those traps set in front of us, we have achieved half of our targets and our dreams. As we have set forth those targets 10 years ago, we were not making up those targets out of thin air. So, in addition to the belief that we have towards our nation, we have very strong means and instruments at our discretion. That's why within the last 20 years, we have increased the export of our country 6 times, and we have increased the number of our exporters by 4 times. In another saying, the export volume of Turkey was not even $3 billion on a monthly basis, but thanks to our effort, we have increased that number to the level of $20 billion on a monthly basis. Due to certain challenges and obstacles, although we are behind our schedule, we don't see any obstacles in front of us when it comes to improving our foreign trade. Quite the contrary, all those developments unfolding are indeed easing our job. The security crisis and the global health crisis are making obligatory to restructure the whole global economic structure from China to Europe. In all this region, the country that comes to the forefront is our country, the Republic of Turkey. Within the last 20 years, we have constructed such a strong infrastructure in industry, in technology, in healthcare services and education. And thanks to this strong infrastructure, we are marching forward in order to become one of the greatest production and technology centers. And with this strong infrastructure, we have the means and capabilities to meet the demands. And we always have this means and opportunities of improving our capacity. We have set forth the target of reaching to $250 billion of an export, and it is understood that we will even go beyond that target. In another saying, we are marching with greater speed towards our 2023 targets. Hopefully, if God is not showing us any obstacles or challenges whatsoever, and as long as we are not challenged with the economic or political instabilities, we don't see any obstacles in front of reaching out to our 2023 targets. By taking this opportunity, I wish a speedy recovery to our citizens who have been affected by the earthquake that took place yesterday in One. Valuable friends, we didn't come to this point easily. We indeed, by not by not, we constructed this infrastructure for our country. As Mustafa Kemal Atatürk, the founder of our republic, has given us this heritage of making Turkey one of the countries of the contemporary civilization, we have made sure of that. And for Turkey, who actually makes sure that his allies are also living under safety and security, we worked a lot, and we never allowed the supporters of the SEV agreement to take this country under the mandate of the foreign powers. Valuable friends, from the toothless supporters to many economic traps all the way to the terrorist organizations, we have foiled the games of the others, and we made our country much more independent. After the Second World War, the global world order has been reshaped, and we have fought against this evil understanding which tried to marginalize our country from this global order. And we have fought against those dirty scenarios which aimed to make sure that our country receives the least share from the global opportunities after the fall of the Soviet Empire. And by eradicating all those enemies, we have come to this point, and we grew our economy even further. The ones who are eyeing on our homelands have been crushed, and by crushing them, we strengthen our country. We crushed their heads in Judi, in Gabar, in Tendürek, in Besta River. We have penetrated into their dens and caves and eradicated all of them, and that's how we continue to our path.
Emperyalistlerin tetikçiliğini yapan bölücü terör örgütüne tarihinin en ağır darbelerini
We have inflicted a huge damage to terrorist organization who has been used as a hitman by the imperialist power. And we have also foiled their games who try to encircle our homeland. And the best answer has been given to those who criticizes us about our cross-border operation, and with the cross-border operations we have given them the best possible answer. Right now, the claw lock operation goes on in Iraq, and with this operation, we are destroying the caves of those terrorists, and that's why I would like to once again wish God's mercy upon our martyrs, our soldiers who have lost their lives in this operation. May their eternal place be heaven, and we will avenge every blood shed by our soldiers. And we are also fighting against the offshoots and the offsprings of the terrorist organizations via legal means as well. As 4 of our soldiers have lost their lives, the offshoots of the terrorist organizations created an upheaval in Istanbul, and they have thrown out slogans against our country. This is nothing but treachery and mean attitudes of the supporters of terrorist organizations. I am certain that having the immunity, the legal
yargı önünde
immunity,
muhakkak
gives them
görecektir.
no right
Kim
to
ne derse
support
desin,
terrorist
hangi
organizations or
çirkefliği yaparsa
insult our
yapsın,
citizens, and
Türkiye
they will pay the
terörün
price
her
via legal
türlüsüyle
means. It doesn't
mücadelesinin
matter
eninde
what kind of
sonunda
treacherous
zafere
attack they can
ulaştıracak.
carry out. At the end of the day, the Republic of Turkey will be victorious in its fight against the terrorist organizations.
Bugün ülkemiz bölgesindeki ve dünyadaki her gelişmeye
Today, our country assesses the global developments unfolding from its perspective, and if we can develop an attitude taking into consideration our interests, it is due to our fight that we have been fighting in this ground. Of course, the political strains and economic instabilities, the global ones, are affecting us as well. But the Republic of Turkey is not anymore paying the price only that Turkey is left in the past. Right now, we have the Republic of Turkey, which is integrated to the global economy fully, and we are establishing our relationships on equal grounds. And with an approach that we have at the moment, we are facing all those challenges with a brand new understanding. Today, the increases in the global commodity prices and the uncertainties caused by the ones who are increasing those prices for their own interests create certain problems. Of course, this is the empty part of the glass, but what about the full part of the glass? What can we say about it? Within the last 20 years, we have invested an amount of $3.5 billion, and from the housings to the social aid, our infrastructure is solid and strong. We have the success stories of our exporters reaching out to an export volume of $243 billion, and after great rain falls, we have the agricultural producers who are expecting a good harvest. And with comparison to the preceding year, we have an increasing level of labor force, and our employment increased to the level of 30.4 million people. With our international relations, the number of the foreign investors in Turkey is increasing as well. With the foreign exchange and also the Turkish lira's investments, the savings of our citizens and the legal people increases as well. Beyond all of these developments, we are trusting in our potential despite all the global havoc, and the Republic of Turkey believes in its future. And Turkey, in order to receive the share that it deserves from the global market, is ready to do its share. Valuable friends, the last 200 years of our country is filled with missing the opportunities presented in front of us. The reason why we couldn't make any breakthrough cannot be based only on the foreign powers and their games. As long as we find our mistakes and our deficits and correct those deficits and mistakes, we can break this infertile circle we are in. So, with the democratization and the economic development in the last years, hopefully we will obtain those opportunities which will take us out of this infertile circle. We will make sure that our country will not be stealing any money with the high interest rates, and we are on a road in which we will grow our economy with employment opportunities, higher investments, production, and current account surplus. The ones who are dictating us otherwise is just like the situation of a doctor who prescribes us the medications that he doesn't use to his patients. As we are marching towards the 100-year anniversary of the foundation of our republic, we will not fall into those dirty games. We are aware of the fact that the prosperity of our citizens is decreasing, but we will compensate this decrease, and with great determination we will implement the economic development program of our republic based on those four aforesaid pillars. In order to convert the foreign exchange to Turkish liras, we are implementing new precautionary measures, and we are also developing new legal measures. And we are also carrying out studies which will compensate the losses in the Turkish lira. So with these new legal regulations, hopefully we will ease the burden on the shoulders of our citizens. And 2023, as of February and March, hopefully we will get rid of this hunch on the back of our citizens arising out of those inflationary pressures. Indeed, the Russian-Ukrainian war led to inflationary pressures on the energy prices. If that hadn't taken place, the economic recovery would have taken much more earlier. So those force majeures delayed our economic recovery, but we will never give up from our determination, our commitment, and our national economic plan. So once again, I would like to state that everyone should act accordingly and not by taking into consideration some expectations of others. There are the ones who are actually expecting the Republic of Turkey to stumble economically, and hopefully we will make sure that all of those expectations will be grumbled in their gizzards. Valuable friends, thanks to this strong infrastructure, we see that the possibility of reaching out to our targets and our dreams is quite strong. So all those prices that we paid, so all those grievances that we shared, hopefully will yield the positive results. There are the ones who are doing nothing but confusing the minds of our citizens. So the ones who are preaching pessimism has no dreams or projects for this nation, for this country. Overlooking to all those global challenges taking place in America and Europe, and the ones who are preaching that the Republic of Turkey is going bankrupt, those people can be divided into three subcategories. There is the ones who abused the sources of this country and grow. So they know that they will not be able to abuse the Turkish economy any further if the Turkish economy grows economically. There are the ones that are the academics, the politicians, and the hitmans who do not want Turkish economy to grow even further. So we don't take them seriously. We don't take those hitmans seriously. And in the third group, there are the ones who hate our government and who hate our political party, and they are attacking on us without even taking into consideration the interests of this nation. And this is the group that we are upset with the most. The first two groups indeed abuse the third group the most. So by telling them the truth and exposing them to the facts and disproving the lies of the others, we should make sure that the third group should stand with its nation and its citizens. The ones who are trying to distract the focus of the Republic of Turkey and the ones who are trying to derail the Turkey, we will ignore all of them and continue with our sacred path. So with the help of God and the support of our nation and the effort of all of us, the struggle of our country for democratization and economic development will continue. Of course, up until now, what we have achieved is very important, but the greatest news will be hidden in the projects that we will be carrying out. So this bright future that I have articulated is not a dream anymore. If you remember, we have increased our national income to the level of $958 billion in the past, and unfortunately we have stayed behind and left behind of our national income target due to Gezi events and some political games. Without those Gezi events, we could have achieved a national income level of $1.5 trillion. So without making sure that they pay the price, we will not give our last breath. So within the last 20 years, we have increased the minimum wage by 200%, and on dollar basis we have increased the minimum wage by 100%. If we didn't have to deal with all those economic traps, we could have improved the well-being and the prosperity of our citizens 2 times. So without making sure that the ones who set forth those economic traps in front of us paying the price, we will not give our last breath. And by making Turkish economy one of the top 10 economies and by increasing the high technology products in our share, we will give the best answer to those plotters. And the best answer will be given to those when we make sure that our defense industry is not self-sufficient only, but giving the products that our brothers and sisters need. And the best possible answer will be given to those when the energy sources of our country is used in a self-sufficient manner. From here, I will go to Zonguldak, to Filyos, and we will be attending to this ceremony for laying into sea the welding of first pipe of Black Sea natural gas project. And we can give to those plotters the best possible answer when we develop the education infrastructure and when we turn our education services to a source of global income. And I know that the exporters will give the best answer to those plotters when they reach to a level of $500 billion of an export, and by even raising the bar to a level of $1 trillion. So with those feelings in my heart, once again, I wish 29th Ordinary General Assembly of the Turkish Exporters Assembly be auspicious for our nation, and I wish, and I also would like to thank Ismail Gülle and his team for all the services that they have provided for this nation. I would like to thank them on behalf of myself and my nation, and I congratulate the champions of the export. Once again, I greet you all with love and respect, and I wish success to my brothers who will undertake their offices. May you all stay healthy and safe.
Hitaplarından dolayı çok teşekkür ediyoruz. Şükranlarımızı arz ediyoruz. Kendilerini bir süre daha sahnede misafir etmeye devam edeceğiz. Sayın Cumhurbaşkanımıza, ihracat ailemiz adına bugünün anısına hediyelerini takdim etmek üzere Tim Başkanımız Sayın İsmail Gülle'yi bir kez daha alkışlarınızla sahneye davet ediyoruz. Buyurunuz efendim. Sayın Cumhurbaşkanımıza İstiklal Marşımızı ve şanlı Türk bayrağımızı temsil eden nizami bayrak ölçüsü ve bayrak kırmızısı renginde